Little L is a song that was written really to reflect the ups and downs in a relationship. In other words, you know, you don't love somebody with a big L, you love them with a little L, and if they love you with a little L, then you make me love you with a little L. I think it's one of those things, like a lot of songs that I write, you know, I think that they sound really happy and groovy, but in fact if you listen to the lyric underneath it's quite dark. And I've done a few like that, you know. I mean, Too Young to Die was a little bit like that. You know, nice happy chorus, but I like to do things that are melancholic, you know, in some respects. But we've done a remix of the track which I think is a winner, absolute winner. I love it. Well, the video was done with a Frenchman called Stéphane Sednouy, who's done a lot of good stuff. And he's very quirky and French and different. And, I mean, he's a bit like I'm a bit quirky in English, he's a bit quirky in French. I mean, we worked well together, it worked well. You know, the trouble is that I'm always living up to this Virtual Insanity video. That really stuffed me in the gutter, that one, because, you know, I'm always trying to live up to it. And to an extent Space Cowboy as well, which is somebody's favourite. They won't let me go in Ferraris and Lamborghinis in my videos anymore. So I've sodded that one, and you know, I'm stuck. So it's basically got a lot of post-production in it. It's a lot of flashing floors. It's very much a dancey up kind of vibe with it, you know. There's a lot of women in it, a lot of young Parisian women in it, which was terrible for me. I found that really hard to work with. Basically we just, you know, it's like a club thing, it's like a boogie thing, it's a feel-good kind of video. But it relies heavily on performance and how the post-production fits in with that performance, how the lights, it's very much a lights and colours kind of video. You give me something, is as much about the positive side of a relationship, and when you you know, you meet somebody and you know they're different and they're special and they're unique and you think, great, this is really good, and so they give you something that nobody else can really give you, you know, that you can't find with anyone else. Well, a picture of my life is, it was, you know, really kind of almost upset me when I sang it, because I felt it was about the ups and downs that I've had in my own life, you know, and sometimes I spoilt things for myself in a sense, you know, there's been various reasons, but sometimes you feel you could have done things better or you could have done them differently, and so it's kind of like, you know, the line, someone tell me when something good became so bad. Well, Corner of the Earth really is a song that was kind of lying around musically for a while. It relates to how happy I am at home. You know, my corner of the earth, my special place where I can run away from the rest of the world when I feel that I have to. And I've got my own space, and you know, then it relates to the trees and the emerald feathers, and it's a very much a dreamer's track, you know, it's for people who like dreaming. And I was born, you know, some people are born very differently from others, you know, some people are born as technically minded people. I was born a dreamer, you know. Well, Feel So Good kind of, it's fairly self-explanatory, you know. It says, I'm stranded on a spaceship hideaway, and something makes me think I'm here to stay, which is basically what I'm talking about, is the planet that we're on. It's a dance track, it's a kind of, I mean, I'd love to see the day, you know, when we can all jump on a spaceship and, you know, end up in some completely crazy world and kind of rave it up. Stop, Don't Panic is, well, you know, to be honest, it was one of the later tunes to come out of the album. You know, I mean, it's just about being under pressure and how I go off the rails with it sometimes, you know, I can't handle it. It's like, I can't handle this at all. And so, you know, stop, don't panic. You know, it's almost like a two-way thing. It's almost you're saying, somebody's saying, stop, don't panic, and you're saying, it's just a thing I do. And then somebody's not so tragic. It's like, but I've got nothing to hang on to. I've got nothing to, I can't get with the program, you know. So it's a personal kind of thing. Black Crow is something that was inspired from me going to, there's a particular top corner of a field that I have at home. And the sun was setting, and it was winter, and I watched this crow go flying over, you know, just flat, and I watched him go into the distance. I wondered where he was going, you know. And I wondered, you know, what he sees. I wonder what he thinks of all the human traffic, you know, that just constantly moving. I mean, you just saw pictures of these hundreds, thousands of people all displaced, all moving. Well, you see it all over the world. People are constantly being displaced. They can never settle. They can never have their homes, you know. Main vein is well, you know, over the last few months I took a load of stick from the British press, and main vein, you know, and they're always trying to screw with people's heads. But it's just the way that these people want to build you up into this thing, and then they want to knock you down again. I mean, that's not very nice, you know. Well, 2001. I mean, it's a bit of a homage to Kubrick. It encompasses the spirit of the 21st century. That word, 2001. You know, I mean, and Kubrick's kind of stamped it into our minds. You know, A Space Odyssey. This is where we really begin the new age of space. And I would have thought we'd start this new age of understanding and goodness about ourselves. But unfortunately it isn't like that. So I've called the song 2001. You know, what it's about is how scary some of these technologies are that are coming together. I mean, I love philosophy. Philosophy is a cross between fool and philosophy. And it was, I happened across it. It was a very old 17th century Old English word. And I thought it was, it encompassed how I look at love sometimes. You know, it's like, you know, we're all out there looking for somebody, and we all have these philosophies about how we're going to meet somebody. And of course, in a way, you can be led along like that. And that's what happens to me a lot. I kind of think, this is perfect, this is great, this is really good. And of course, then it's difficult in my situation, because people will often, you know, people can tell you what you want to hear, or they can be what you want them to be, and you get very confused about exactly. It's very difficult, but you know, but well, I'm sure we'll have a happy ending, you know. I'm doing the Ministry of Sound gig at Nebworth. I'm doing that as a proving ground for the tracks that are electronica based, and I'm doing it as a challenge to myself to see that I can still rip it up. I'm going to Europe first in October, and then I'm going to Japan to see my friends out there. Then I'm going to Australia for the big day out. Then I'm coming back and doing my home country in February. And then I'm going to America and South America. Brazil, Chile, Argentina. Yes. You know, Jamiroquai is a dear thing to me. You know, my little logo, the name, the thing, and it's mine. And you know, I thought of it and I came up with it. And we want to do something for all the people, all the fans that are into it. Turn on, tune in, and drop out. That's it.